Talk Cars every Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 9 o'clock p.m. And we are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I think. I think we're on Twitch, but check it out if you're over there. But I'd like to welcome everybody in the chat room. We got Jim. Hey, Jim. How's it going? Pop him in.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Sorry. Oh. Hey, I feel special.
Yeah,
you and me.
yeah, you're the first guy in.
Yeah, cool. I like it. And this is also your Christmas show.
Yeah. So we won't be on next week because of Christmas, but
yeah, next week is Christmas Eve. The week after is New Year's Eve.
Oh, that's true too. I didn't think of that. Yeah.
See that?
Yeah, these holidays are hitting.
Yeah.
How's the weather over there in New York?
Cold and snowy.
Yeah, we got about 4 or 5 inches, I think, somewhere in there.
We had a weird snowstorm. Started off as snow, got about 2-3 inches of snow. Then it turned to rain. That froze, and then there's 2 or 3 more inches on top of that.
Oh wow!
Boy, what a nightmare trying to shovel that.
Yeah, I got to use my snowblower for the first time.
Oh, there you go.
It worked pretty good. I was happy with it.
Yeah, I can't live without mine.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, who got in the chat room? Tyler. What's going on, bro? He's a local guy here.
Oh, hey, Tyler.
Wonder where the fellas are at.
Nobody's in? Nobody's around?
No, everybody must be making snowmen.
Good day. They ain't doing that now. I just went out and got dinner. It is freezing out. Everything froze over now.
Yeah, it's about 30 degrees here.
It's a little less than that here. I was talking. My boss lives upstate New York in New Paltz. They got 18 inches.
Oh goodness, it's terrible.
Yeah, this was a pretty bad storm.
Yeah, well, we pushed a little bit over to you from here.
Thanks a lot. Needed that.
Yeah, right. Let me. I'm sending a link to a couple people on Facebook.
Yeah, this is kind of weird with a new link every week.
Yeah, I've been searching through the new system, but there's no way for me to do it so far that I've seen.
Hey, Papa Squirrel.
Let's see. Get pop. All right. Uh-oh. They're having trouble over in Facebook land. So what are you working on your bench?
At the moment, not much. The stuff behind me, that's all my radio control car junk. Right now, I'm trying to build the latest thing in radio control cars is no prep drag racing.
No prep drag racing. So how does that work?
Basically, we find a street someplace, a bunch of guys get together. The guys I hang out with, they actually set up a Christmas tree. It's just a green, nothing else. So you just go on the green.
Oh yeah.
Hang on a second, because I got the one car and it's no body on it yet.
What car is it?
This is a low-C, what they call a short course truck. I narrowed it down so it can fit. You're not going to be able to. I don't know if you can tell. This is the body I got for it. 66 Nova. Low-C.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Got some tricks I got to do to it. It's kind of like a hodgepodge of parts that I'm putting together.
Now, how long does it usually take to build one of those?
For me, about a week. I know some guys can do it in one night. They're nuts.
Depends on how you want to hit it, huh?
Yeah.
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
Tyler, you're at the shop.
Yeah, I'm always here, man.
I was gonna say you're at home, but no, I see the shelves.
Yep.
What are you working on? Anything good?
I got a 72 Plum Crazy GTX in the shop right now.
Oh yeah. What are you doing to it?
It's getting all put back together. The previous owner to the current owner, he had it painted, and then I guess it hung out in a barn for some time, and it never got put back together all the way. So, got to clean up the engine bay, make it look presentable, put all the trim back on, get it roadworthy again.
Oh, that's nice. So tell everybody, we're live all over the place. So tell everybody who you are and your company.
I'm Tyler Long. I'm with Long Shop Performance out of Youngstown, Ohio. I do all kinds of custom work, fabrication, welding, performance installs, all kinds of stuff like that.
Car jump ramps.
Yep, I build jump ramps and stuff like that for the Northeast Ohio Dukes. That's my other part-time gig. I work with Raymond Kahn and all the guys over there. We do the General Lee jumps and Hazard County Stunt Show, and then we also did the Bandit stunt jump at Carlisle Chevy Nationals last year.
Sweet.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to talk Pat into jumping his kit car. He ain't having it done.
I'm pretty sure he tucks Kid in every night in his garage.
Yeah, man. That thing never seen dirt.
Nope, he cries inside every time it sees rain.
Yeah, we got a friend that has a kit car. He has it pretty close to the original. Yep,
Man.
pretty tough.
Yep, I think his is a copy of Season 2 kit, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, so by kit you mean Knight Rider?
Night Rider.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Yep, he's got the full dash, the steering wheel, he's got the nose cone, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Is the Cylon lights in the front?
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's actually gotten in trouble with driving around with it with the red light.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if he's going to drive on the road for more than just a couple miles, he switches the lens out to yellow, and it becomes car.
oh yeah,
Wow.
Right, that's right.
yeah. I forgot about that.
Yep.
The evil,
Car was
that was the
only
evil
in-
twin, right?
Right. Yeah, Car was only in like 2 or 3 episodes.
What was the tractor trailer's name? Remember the big black tractor trailer? His arch nemesis. Totally dating myself. Goliath. It was Goliath. Goliath.
Okay.
Yeah, and his evil twin, whatever his name, was the driver. It's amazing what could pass for good TV back in the 80s.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
But it was good. It was so cool. I mean, every guy loved what's her name. I can't think of her name.
Daisy
The
Duke.
girl. No, the girl who played on. She worked for Knight Industries.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she remember long brown hair.
Yeah, I forget her name, her character name.
Yeah. So I noticed you were the RC cars. It's funny. I bought my nephew. My friend works at. I live here in Northern Virginia. There's a place called the Hobby Hangar, and I ordered. He's getting his first real RC car. It's called a Ruckus. It's like a truck or something. It's just a little. It's like $100. It's nothing crazy, but he's 8 years old. This will be the first one, and he can actually work on it. Him and my brother-in-law can work on it. So I don't know anything about RC cars, but apparently they can get really expensive.
Well, first of all, there isn't a hobby out there that doesn't get really expensive.
Right. Well, yeah. No, I completely understand that.
But radio control, you can go absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Because I know some of the guys. I mean, I got all kinds of crazy stuff. I have a $500 radio that isn't even the best radio out there anymore. They got one for $750 now.
Good Lord.
It's all computer controlled. There's all things you can do with it. But
Right.
one thing about radio controlled cars, and it's a good thing if you want to get a kid into cars, buy them one of the higher end radio control cars because they're fully adjustable.
Hmm.
I mean, if you take a look at this one, you can see. I mean, the thing actually has coil over shocks.
It's amazing.
The camber is adjustable. The caster is adjustable. The tow-in is adjustable. You adjust you adjust the shocks. You can get different springs. You can put different shock oils. You can put different pistons. And if you were to look at a book on how to tune the suspension on a radio control car, it's the same as a real car.
Oh, that's cool.
Everything is there. Roll center, All the crazy stuff, half of which I don't understand, even though I've been racing these things for 25 years. But there's just so much to keep up on.
You do slot cars too?
I used to, and the funny thing is somebody's trying to pull me back into slot cars.
Yeah, they're real big in our area. A whole bunch of my local car club, the Hollywood Knights. There's a bunch of guys that meet up, like 1 or 2 nights a week and do a bunch of drag racing slot car stuff.
Well, so the guys, I guess, at the shop here locally, they have like a little group of guys that race together, and apparently they've got one of the cars that'll run. They clocked it at 123 miles an hour. Like, good Lord, those little things. And I saw the video. I'm like, yeah, that's fast. You're like, all you hear is that little engine screaming, and then just it's out of the picture. It's crazy.
Oh, it's totally nuts.
Yeah, that's cool.
Slot cars, again, another thing, slot car drag racing, that's been big for a couple of years, and some of the drag race slot cars, they're beautifully detailed models. They are. I mean, you look at them, and you're like, wow, that is a work of art, and the thing goes stupid fast because they got big long wheelie bar in the back of it and stuff like that. And yeah, guess what? They have scales. So you adjust the chassis to make sure that the weight is equal one side to the other with scales. Yeah, none of the tricks. No, we have to have the best of everything.
That's awesome.
Because if you don't have the best of everything, you're not going fast enough. At least that's what everybody thinks. Everybody thinks you spend more money, you go faster, and that's not always the case.
Mm. And the crazy part is you guys have been doing all this junk since before the whole pandemic lockdown quarantine stuff even started.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the slot car tracks by me, they're opening up, but they have all the rules in effect. Everybody's got to be so many feet away. Everybody has to wear a mask. And they're keeping good about it. And the one nice thing I liked about the drag racing is that's outdoors. So that's easy to stay away from everybody.
I didn't know the fellas from Hollywood was running them. I had to go check that out. Where do they run at?
I can't remember. I don't know if they're going to Yepper's house or where, but I know Yepper and I think Craig and a couple of the other guys were meeting up.
Oh yeah,
doing that.
Oh, I'm about to go check it out.
They do cash days?
That I don't know.
No, the guys over here do.
I bet.
Everybody kicks in $20 when it takes the whole pot home.
Damn.
Oh yeah?
Walk away with a couple $100 at the end of the night.
That's cool.
Hopefully Kevin Hamner doesn't see the stream because that'll be the next thing around here.
Yeah. See, the problem around here though, you mess around and somebody find out, they'll come rob you.
Right.
Rob the whole party.
That's not cool.
There is this thing called the Second Amendment.
Yeah. Well, most of the club has theirs, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're geared up.
Like I said, politicians can come and take my guns anytime, but they got to take each bullet one at a time first.
Right. Well, I got some throwaway guns, so they can have those. They can't have my good stuff.
Right.
I'm trying to keep eye on the chat room. Papa Squirrel, what's going on?
See John Day's here. Hey, John.
John from Canada.
Canada.
Hey, Tyler, I need to hook you up with John. He's a oil guy. He does all types of different oils for vehicles and for everything. That might be a good hookup for you guys.
I gotcha.
Yeah, he's in Canada. He sent me some gun oil about 4 or 5 times, but I never received it. I think the Border Patrol's snatching it.
Yeah. They got some good gun oil.
Yeah, they got some good oil for their guns.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who else in the chat.
Anybody building anything this winter?
No, man. I've been working on my leather stuff. I got real busy, for Christmas. I know a guy that needs his seats done, so I'm gonna work on those pretty soon.
Nice.
Hey. I know somebody who's really interested in those seats.
Huh?
Lewis, do you do any like front pocket wallets, like RFID wallets? You ever done one of those?
Yep.
I've got. I haven't had a regular wallet in 15 years. I bet. I just finally got around, and it's once you have one for the first time, they're just so great to have.
Yeah, they are nice.
I actually have the Ridge. I have the Ridge wallet now, the metal one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's RF. It's just kind of cool. You can beat the snot out of it, and but I don't think I could ever have another George Costanza wallet. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, the old school back pocket.
Filing cabinet and everything in there. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I got a Lee custom leather wallet. It's pretty nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. I didn't realize how long I've been doing it for like 7 years, and I don't realize how much stuff I've made until I start going back through pictures and stuff. Man, I made a lot of stuff, man. And then people say, "Hey, I got one of your wallets." I'm like, dude, I don't even remember.
There you go, Lewis. Heidi just said she needs a holster.
Oh, I got you. What gun you got?
Hellcat.
Oh, that's
That's
a
that
new.
Springfield, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a new one. Yeah. You have to send me the gun because I don't have one to mold it. Or maybe I can talk to what? Hey, wife, I need to buy a Hellcat so I can make a holster.
There you go.
Think it'll work?
Maybe.
Add that to your Christmas list.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Heidi, let me see if I can get a blue gun. If I can get a blue gun, I can make you one pretty quick. But I got to order it. I'll order a blue gun, one of those training ones. So I use those to mold it. Yes, you do. You need one that bad.
I'm having one made in January for mine.
Yeah.
I need no one makes a because I carry a light on mine all the time, and no one makes a nice inside the waistband leather holster for my gun that'll accommodate the light as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what's nice. I'll custom to your gun, so it'll work out pretty good.
I think he was joking about you sending the gun, right?
Yeah, no, I'll get a blue gun. I'll get you together. I gotta see if they even have them out yet because that gun's pretty new.
What's your website, Lewis?
Itwaslee.com. Okay, wait a minute. Ray, wait a minute. I think Ray and I were at the wrong place. Hold on.
My friend Nelson, he's down at the bottom.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he checked in a few minutes ago. Yeah, I couldn't get in until you sent that new link.
Yeah, this new system is not giving me the option to have the same link. I don't even know what to do. Let's see. You guys are allowed to talk while I'm emailing everybody the link.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, you asked
Hold on
about
1 second.
builds. I'm not exactly a builder or anything like that. I'm just a plain Jane car guy. I got my '95 Caprice wagon, and over the summer, I came across a really good deal on a really good engine. So the plan is to get that into the car sometime next year, maybe in a year after that. So if I'm going to do that, I want to do stuff like suspension, brakes, steering, and get all that stuff in the car. I think I'm going to do it. I'll do it once, and I'm getting old enough where it's like, okay, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it.
Right.
What engine did you pick up?
Well, these cars are with the Gen 2 LT1s, they're called.
Right.
Of course, the guy's selling one. It's been board stroked at 396. Steel crank, steel rods, 4-bolt main, aluminum heads. The heads are ported. The intake's ported. Big Crower cam, all kinds of cool stuff. Basically, if you built it on your own, it's about $10,000 engine. I got it for $3,000.
Wow.
Because what did he do? Where's Terry? He went LS.
Hey, Tyler's an LS guy. You gotta watch.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, I got one sitting in the garage.
The initials in my shop name is LS.
It's with that Chevelle I had. It had the old 454 in it. It was a fun car. It sounded great, but I tell you, I've got a Corvette now. I sold it a few months ago, but just to have the convenience. But there's a shop here locally, Cutaway Performance. They're building They just finished it. They partially finished it. They have a C7 that the LT kept screwing up, so they dropped an iron block LSX on it, single turbo car. Oh yeah, it's got a sequential trans. The guy who owns the car will tell you he's not a good drag racer. Car still traps close to 160 in the quarter.
Yikes!
The car. It's a half mile car. That's what he built it for.
Okay.
It's a half mile car, so it's ridiculous. But to the point, it just they make power and they make it easily, which is the best part. I mean, an LS3. When I was talking to the guy that's going to put the supercharger on my car in the spring, probably, and I go, yeah, I'd like 700. He goes, man, that's not even taxed that motor. And I'm like, damn. And he goes, you don't even have to go inside it for 700-800. He goes, you get above that, and then you've got to pull them apart and start building them. He said, but 700 on pump gas is doable.
The biggest thing is with the factory motors is the ring gaps are relatively tight. So when you start pushing enough boost or nitrous to get up into that 700, 800 wheel horsepower range, you start running the risk of having ring gap touch.
Okay.
That's what happened to my stock motor in my G8. I put 12 pounds of boost to it, and I think I must have had tighter than normal ring gaps, and I split 2 rods off the block.
Yikes!
Yeah.
What kind of power was it making?
I never got the chance to go to the dyno. That was the first rough tuning run, and it just didn't want it and spit the rods out. After that, I built an iron block 408 for it, and it made 768 to the wheel on 14 pounds of boost.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't want to puke the motor because it's a 2-owner car, got 11,000 miles on it. It's a fun car to drive, and so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'll dial it that much, but he said, with the right setup and you can tune it real safe, he said it shouldn't be an issue. But like you said, any given Sunday or any given day, you don't know what's going to happen. You play with these cars,
Yeah, the general rule of thumb is on the LS3, so most of your 4th gen LS architecture motors, if you stay under 12 to 14 pounds of boost on factory trim, they're usually okay, as long as you haven't done anything to bump the compression up.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I mean, you can add heads and do all that stuff, but I want to, like I said, I want 700 at the tire. That's the goal. That should be plenty of. It's probably way too much power for the street, but it'll still be fun.
Yeah. What year Corvette did you say?
2013. Last year, the C6.
Okay. Yep.
Transport car, so you can get plenty of tire under it. It's got good brakes. It's got the 60/60, so the trans will hold.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not going to drag race the car or anything. I'm not trying to break it. Just in case if I ever need the power, it's there.
Right.
Hey, I got a question. I got a buddy that has a 2010 Silverado with the 4.8, and he just bought a travel trailer, and he said it doesn't pull well, and he wants to put a new intake on it. And I was like, whoa. I was like, buy a tuner, plug it up, and pump it up a little bit. And so he's an old school guy, and in his mind, he thinks, cubic inch is the only way to go to get power. So what do you guys think?
No, definitely. I would recommend he opens up the exhaust and intake, leave the throttle body and intake manifold and heads and all that alone, and then take it to a reputable dyno tune shop, and they'll be able to really get some extra ponies out of it for him. The biggest problem he's going to be facing is the 4.8 is a small bore short crank motor. So it's not going to be a torque monster anyway, no matter what you do to it without forced induction. So it depends on how heavy the travel trailer is, really.
I think he says 7,000.
That's not terrible. I bet with some free flowing exhaust and air intake and a good tune, you'll probably notice a decent improvement. Because you got to remember, factory tunes, they're very conservative on timing, and most of your tunes are out. They're loaded with torque management.
Yeah, and he also has whoever had the truck before he bought it put aftermarket wheels and tires on it. So I think that's messing up his gear ratios a little bit too.
Could be.
Yep. So do we have anybody local here that does the tuning?
Well, I do street tunes, yeah.
Okay,
And then,
I'll send them over to you. Yeah.
For most of your dyno tune stuff, I recommend people go down to Brian Turner in Columbus, Dyno Tune Motorsports, for high horsepower builds and stuff. But for just throwing an exhaust on it and getting some more timing out of it, I can take care of that for him.
Okay, I'll send them to you.
Nice.
What's up, Ray?
I'm achy.
You shoveling snow?
Yeah. Actually, it was ice. It wasn't snow. It was just ice and slush. It was a tiramisu of ice and slush. So, sit with my heating pad on all afternoon. I feel better.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, yesterday marks the 5-year anniversary of me doing this show with you.
Oh, really?
Yep. Congratulations.
Happy anniversary.
So I bought myself a cake. And ate it. And
well, I was gonna give you a bag of popcorn, but
all right, I like popcorn too. Yeah, 5 years, man.
It's crazy, man. Time is flying.
Yeah.
Yep. I've been doing it for 6 years, and you've been on for 5. Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the radio show is we're in the 17th year of doing that.
Wow.
So we'll be at 20 before you know it. Like,
yeah.
Damn.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to start getting people from the earlier years on the show, try to get them back on. And now that we have this system where we can have more people, you know, maybe get a good 10 people on.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's my plan. But getting people together is a whole different boat.
Yeah. Don't I know it? Don't I know it? Oh, man.
Who did we have on when you came on? Who was on the show?
You know, I wasn't keeping.
You want to keep record back then, huh?
I wanted to keep notes. Yeah, I didn't. Let me see how far I go back. 2007. Oh no, that's 2017. Only 3 years. So I went 2 years without. Because I guess knowing it wasn't really my gig, it was your gig, I figured, well, if anyone's going to keep data, it's going to be you. And I'm the idiot that does stuff like this. So, yeah, I didn't start
known better.
in 17.
Yeah, right. No, I got a database. I just have a hard time getting all the way to
it. That's why I keep the hard copy. It's right here.
Yeah.
George Lopez, OPGI. We had him back in 2017. Mitch from Radiance. I mean, those were all the guys.
Yep.
Tony Giroux.
I tell you what, Mitch from Radiance is blowing up, man. I'm seeing his product all over the place. People are selling his products all over.
He's hitting social media pretty hard with this stuff, which is good because they're, it's a great product. I'd like to see him out. I'd like to see the display at a show because early on, the stuff that I saw was kind of primitive. Mm-hmm. Because it just wasn't, it just hadn't hit that stride yet. And now that they got the market knocked, I'd love to see if they could, how the display would look.
I don't know if people have ever been on this site. It's Revival Cycles. I got a lot of stuff from my motorcycle from them.
Okay.
And now they're selling his products because, I mean, you can't beat him. I mean, he's really putting it out there.
Yeah. Even the shop I use up here, the bike shop I use up here, they knew about him.
Yeah.
And I don't remember how because we talked about it a couple of years ago. But I actually said to him, if you want, I'll talk to Mitch and see if we can get a deal. If you want to stock their stuff. And I don't think it ever came together though. Mitch might not have been ready. He might not have been ready to do something like that.
Yeah. He's a big dog. I'm gonna. Send my lights out from the caddy out to him. He told me to send them last year, but you know how that goes.
I know. Yeah, I may get in touch with him. I may send him the lights from the FJ. Have him do some FJ stuff for me too. Why not?
He said he might have some ideas for my headlights because I have the dual headlights in the front. but
Right.
I want them to be all custom. So he said he's going to work on some ideas for me.
That's where I left off with him was LED headlights. Because I have a 4-light system in my Pontiac. And the biggest problem I saw with the research I did was the bucket depth. A lot of these companies get a deeper bucket, or they put like a heat sink in the back, and that impedes on whatever's behind it. And on one side, it's the battery. So it could be a problem. And we never really that trail went cold. So I'd have to pick that up again. I'm curious about that myself.
I got to
do that stuff in my wagon because like change all the interior lights to LED. I got an idea for there's a third brake light going to LED on that, and doing LED tails as well.
The stuff is all available at Pep Boys. They just sell the bulbs.
I want to do something more trick, not just change the bulb, but actually put something nice and big in there.
I did do an LED third brake. And it's stupid with all the light I have in the back of the car now, which is like a small planes follow me. I still put a third brake light up in the deck because I got one out of a Toyota that contoured really nice and just fits into the window, and I stuck that up there too. But
that helps with visibility because even though you got the two really bright tail lights, they're still down here, and you want that third light like right in the guy's eyes to wake them up, like, "Hey, I'm stopping."
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize how bright my bike was. One of the guys in the car club was next to me on a street by us, and he put me on Facebook, and I was like, "Man, my stuff's lit up. You couldn't even see me. All you seen is light."
The same thing. One of the guys from the shop was following me home one night to help me out with something, and he took a picture of me stopped at a light, and he said, "This is what it looks like," And I'm like, "Good," because all you saw was this wash of red. I'm like, "That's what I want." Like, there's no two ways about it.
Yeah. Yeah, Mitch ain't no joke, man. You get some lights from him, you're juiced up.
Yeah, good stuff.
I gotta send Terry the link again because it didn't go through. So I gotta figure out.
Is it the same link for everybody, or you have to generate a link each time?
No, it's the same link, but usually I give it to the usual people, and then everybody else is on live on Facebook.
Yeah. That first link, I was sitting there for 15, 20 minutes, and it wasn't letting me in.
Yeah. So Coverman 66 will be on in a minute.
All right.
Wait.
The TV star.
Yeah. Tyler, he's on Monster Garage. He's on an episode of Monster Garage this year.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
I missed that.
A couple of our friends that come on here all the time, they're all going to be on there.
Oh, that's awesome. That's what I get for working 17-hour days.
Yeah. The first episode is the 4th, January 4th.
All right.
Okay, we got a celebrity in the house, Covered Man 66.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All praise to 66.
Yeah, we're not worthy.
What's going on?
Same old. Sorry, a little late, but had to do some shoveling.
Yeah, hear that.
We got nailed with some snow, so you got to get the guns going.
There you go. Yep.
It's horrible. Ray knows what's up. Well, Lewis, I'm sure you guys got hit.
No, we only got about 4 or 5 inches, I think. Not much.
I got about 9. I got about 9 to 10.
I didn't even get that much. It wasn't the depth; it was the consistency, which was layers of ice and slush and snow. And it's Heart Attack City. I'm like, hey, they warn guys like me about shoveling snow in this.
Yeah.
We
don't want to see you in the paper.
I didn't want to see me in the paper either. No. It's like shovel, rest, and then my back starts in. So
my snowblower went out, but it's like when it's a push snowblower. It's not like one. Nah, you gotta do some work to it. So
listen, man, my snowblower was the first time I ever used it, man, and I was throwing snow 50 feet. I was like, yes, this is sweet.
Nice.
I was burying my son.
Yeah, this stuff we had, just kind of comes out and goes, bleh. It was just like heavy and bleh. Didn't throw.
Yeah.
It was a slushy machine.
Like I said, I was hitting my son with that snow because he was coming up behind me and pelting me. And I was like, all right, turns me. He's just laying.
Bring out the big guns.
Oh, snap. He loved it.
Sure.
Because now he's at that age where he can, he's 6 years old. So now, he's, you could throw him around and,
Yeah.
you know.
That's funny.
Papa Squirrel said he got rain.
Heidi, how you doing, Heidi? Arco, me and Papa Squirrel in the house. What you guys doing? What's happening, fellas?
Yeah, you're
Resting from shoveling snow.
Yeah, we were talking. LS, one of my buddies has a 4.8, and he's crying. He just bought a new trailer, travel trailer, and he wants to tear it out and put it in a big block. I'm like, bro, come on, man. He's old school, He's trying to go old.
You know what? The big blocks, they're easy. I shouldn't say that. They're different. But you can get a big block running, in a couple hours. Or, when I say big block, also including a 350, a small block.
Yeah.
The LS, you got to take a little time, man. You got to map that thing out. You got to make sure you got the harness. You got to make sure, you got fuel in the engine.
He has the 4.8 in his truck in a pickup, but.
Oh, wait a minute. The truck was a 4.8?
Yeah, but
and he wants to go with a big block?
Yeah, he's an old school dude. And in his mind, he's thinking, I got to go big.
Nah, tell him to get rid of that 4.8 and put a 6.0 with a serious cam in there, maybe a blower, and be done with it. Be done with it, Boost up the fuel pump in the back and just kill it. Be done.
Yeah. You trying to get him divorced?
I'm just saying. I thought he went and picked up a 4.8 at the junkyard and was just like, but no, he has a 4.8 now.
Yeah, he has I think it's a 2010 Silverado.
Give me his number. I'll talk him into it.
That's what I told him. I'm gonna have you call him.
He's like, "What are you doing, man? No, full fun of a big block."
But I don't think he needs much. He just needs enough to pull a trailer. He says when he hit some hills, it slowed up, and then it wasn't shifting right. So I think he just needs a program. To be honest,
might need a cam, maybe torque converter. I I wouldn't go nuts. How many miles does the engine have on it? If he's not really looking to, do anything, like horsepower wise, he sounds like he needs more torque.
Yeah. He just needs to pull his trailer. He's retiring in 3 weeks. So he went and bought a brand new travel trailer. Him and his wife's gonna hit the road. So
he needs a dually Duramax diesel is what he needs.
You trying to spend his money?
Yeah,
he wouldn't even know that trailer was behind him.
That's the time to spend it on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 4.8 is awful small for a truck and for towing. I think. At least a 5.3. At least you got the more torque, and 6 liter be a hell of a lot nicer.
So, yeah, that's what I would do. If it's a thing where, how many miles he got on this truck? If he's talking about 200,000 miles, I'd be like, now put a 6.0 in there.
No, I think he has 90 on it.
90?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty nice truck. He just bought it 2 months ago. So
how often is he going to be towing? it's one thing if you can be towing it, you can,
Well, see, he's retiring. So if it feels good to him when he's rolling, he might stay out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know what to tell him. I mean, spend the money on yourself, man. You can't take it with you. Just have fun and memories.
Yeah, right. So what are you working on, Terry? You got anything in the garage shop?
You know what happened? Which upset me. The Trailblazer. I was driving and I noticed a little oil, I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe transmission had a little seal leak or something like that. But then I couldn't tell what color it was because of the ground, and I should have went and got a napkin. But I was pulling the truck out and I lost my steering. Lost the power steering. And I got it to the garage shop, and I looked at it. One of the hoses, because I had to modify it because I had to remove when I put the blower on it. I had to remove the steering. They have a little steering cooler in the front. Mm-hmm. It's about this long, so I had to remove that, and I had to put it up in front of the radiator. And when I did that, I had to cut some of the metal lines, and it was something stupid that I did. Instead of like I just put worm clamps on it to hold it, but what I should have did was I should have flared out the metal line a little. You know what I'm saying? Put the hose on it and then put the worm clamp so it has something to grip on.
Yeah.
But you live and learn, and so I was able to get the truck up and going in a couple of about an hour. Which now
good.
you have to go and bleed the system again and everything. And so got out, but I did it somewhat where it's working, but. I'm getting ready to redo all the brakes on that truck. Watch for the video. So I'm going to redo that. I'm going to make sure that I might just go with some PFTE hose and just crimp it, and that way I don't have to worry about it ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Terry, I like to use on stuff like that what's called an Oetiker clamp, and it's the factory clamp that you see. You got to use like CV boot pliers to crimp it down.
See, I want to get one. Is that what it's called? See, I knew I came to the right place. I knew you would know.
Yeah, I got a big selection of them now. And the thing is, the only problem with the pro and the con. The pro is as you crimp that the end of that clamp, it pulls on a 360 degree. It pulls fully on the hose, where hose can load it on one end. The downside, the biggest con about them is if you want to remove it, you have to cut it off. So either a really good pair of dikes or a whiz wheel or something, and then it's trash. You need a new clamp. But I like the look of those because when I was building my bike years ago, I did the oil lines and I put hose clamps on it and said, man, hose clamps work on a car, not on a motorcycle. It just didn't look right. So my friend's bike shop had sold those, and I said, hey, what are these things? And they taught me what they were. And I've been using them ever since. So
you see those mostly like in car air conditioning places, right?
You can buy them at Granger. You can buy them.
I'm gonna check it out. Text me the correct spelling if you don't mind.
I will.
I appreciate that. And Ray, I wanted to talk to you about something because you said something last week about Monster Garage. You said that you watched all the episodes and you have them all, right?
I have them all on VHS tape, yeah.
From every season, every episode?
I don't know if I have every one, but I have a damn hell of a good lot of them, yeah.
Well, I need you to do me a favor. Jesse James said to me that I might be the Jackie Robinson of Monster Garage, meaning the first black guy ever on Monster Garage.
I think he may be right.
So, if you could, but I gotta have it confirmed.
I have to watch every single one.
All you gotta do is watch the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, but they're on VHS tape. I did like 6-hour tapes, I think. It's like, wow. I gotta say, having been a loyal watcher, I do not remember seeing any other black guys on that show. He had some Hispanic dudes. Yeah, but I don't recall any black guys.
Well, the funny thing is, this is what happened when I was filming out there. He says to me, right now, by Tuesday and Wednesday, you feel each other out and everything like that. And I realized that I'm Jesse's go-to guy as far as like being able to joke with, as far as with music and everything, Yeah. So he goes to me, he says, Terry, come here. I got something for you, right? So I said, what's up, Jesse? He goes, now this is after we had that musical discussion, that argument about the Ohio players and the days, and I had to put him in his place. So he goes, Terry, come here, right? And I said, what's up, Jesse? And he says to me, Terry, I think you just may be the very first black guy ever on Monster Garage. And I was like, well, Jesse, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I might have to get Al Sharpton involved. We got 3 people on speed dial, so just for occasions like this, I think you're the first black guy ever on. That will make you the Jackie Robinson of Monster Garage.
Yeah.
Right? And so I start thinking, I was like, well, if I am, do I get something? And he goes, well, we'll figure it out. I said, well, how about this, Jesse? If I am the first African-American on Monster Garage, me and you got to take a picture talking about, we here at Monster Garage, we embrace diversity. I want to introduce my best bud, Terry Wilson, aka Coverman66. Follow him on YouTube, and you gotta post it in front of your gazillion followers on Instagram.
Nice.
I said that would be cool. He goes, well, we'll see what happens. Let me think about this. So I go back and I hear him call one of the producers over. Find out if find out if he's the first black guy on Monster Garage. Right? So he comes back like maybe an hour later. Terry, come here. I got something for you. What's up, Jesse? He goes, I'm sorry, you're not. What's it called? There was a black woman that was on the limousine fire engine build. So I was like, but you said black guy.
Right.
Yeah.
I said, you said black guy. He goes, no, we're not going to split hairs. I said, damn it, Jesse, we're going to split these damn hairs. And I told him, I said, she's the Wilma Rudolph and I'm the Jackie Robinson. You can't compare the two. They're different. They're different. And he goes, I don't know about that. I was like, Jesse, damn it, I want that title. I want the Jackie Robinson. So should I put my arm around you, or you gonna how are we gonna take this picture? And he was just like, I tell you what, you may not be the first, but you're definitely gonna be the most memorable. And I was like, okay, Jesse, I'll take that.
Wow.
There you go.
It was fun. It was a fun experience.
I have a Monster Garage book somewhere too. It was a nice bound color book. I think it really features the builds, probably not the people.
Yeah. I think people. I don't know. But if it is, that's kind of cool. Put that on my resume.
I think you got it for sure.
I think but what would suck is because like I was the second episode. Now I don't know if they had another black guy somewhere like because there's only 8. Like on the number 7th episode or 6th episode. But you know what really sucked is if they film it and not put it in, when they show it, they don't put it in order. Right. So now that episode is the number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be like, Chuck is the first black. No, it was me.
Right.
That's funny.
So we'll see what happens. I'm just jazzed to see what happens as far as.
Hey, what day is the 4th? Is it going to be? Let's see. Hold on.
4th is a Monday.
4th is Monday.
Okay, I was going to say we could have a watch party on here. Actually, we should.
Party. We all know who's going to be on there with us. So I don't know what's going to happen as far as, like I said, I'm the second episode, so I don't know if they're going to film it in the order that they shot it.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, I might be like the number 8. Or who knows? My episode might be the one that never made it. The hidden. It's that second hidden episode. That rare one. No one has ever seen.
Number 1 with us, Terry.
I appreciate that, and back at you guys, man. It wasn't. It's times like this that really made it possible because I mean, every one of you guys in the room and everything, you guys really like back behind me and. Even though you didn't know it, but I knew that y'all had it.
It was a kept secret.
Man. But if I told you, you guys would have been 100% behind me, and I really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that's what it's all about.
Your talent and your passion is more than enough to that's worth following. I love watching those videos.
Oh, man, come on.
Which reminds me, I got to watch the one with the selecting coilovers.
That was well, what happened was, who did that? The coilover? Yeah, my shocks in my truck, they just were old, and I just wanted to coil because, like the Trailblazer, it has a natural lean to it. Mm-hmm. And, coilovers are a great way to straighten up and get that balance right back. And I did one installing it, and then I did one setting it up, like dialing it in and everything like that. And now my truck just hits around. And the funny thing about it is that there's only coilovers in the front. The coilovers aren't in the back. There's regular standard shocks in the back. So I'm trying to get something working with QA1 to try to set up something for coilovers for that particular truck, which if you get one for the Trailblazer, now you got one for, I think it's the Rainier. Then you got one for the SSR. You got one for that Saab one, the 9-7, whatever it was called. 978. So you have a lot around the whole spectrum about, if you just get one for just that model, But
I don't remember what you use, but I know Viking is a big name and doesn't break the bank.
No, Viking doesn't break the bank. QA1 doesn't break the bank. And
I got QA1 non-coilovers in my car, and they do kind of break the bank.
they do break the bank,
The shocks are not cheap, man.
but look what you're getting though.
The reason I like them is that they're fully rebuildable, so
Yes.
you can rebuild those shocks.
And I'm also
Yeah,
doing
so that makes the difference right there.
Yeah.
That saves you the money later.
I mean, I truthfully don't like using a coilover unless it's a custom build or there's a specific consideration. Otherwise, I like to tune the coils, the springs, and the shocks to each other and use the geometry that the car already has. That's my preference, at least.
Well, I'm gonna be like I said. I think last week I'm gonna be working with QA1. I'm redoing my whole '71 Chevelle all over. Redoing it. Redoing the whole suspension, everything done. I'm taking off those roto joints in the back. You know how they have the sway bar, the control arms, and they have those Johnny joints that you can put in the carrier. It's basically metal,
Right.
you know. And then the Delu rim front bushings that I have in the front, all that stuff is going away. I'm going poly, and I'm going rubber. And I'm also going to do a video where when I was 8 years ago, when I first got that car together, I was like, I'm autocrossing every weekend. I'm doing this. I'm going to be up on the track and all that. I'm going to be hitting some cones and all. That was the whole premise for that whole car build, of course, and drive it. But what happens is the reality hits you is I may have autocrossed that car 3 or 4 times in the 8 years.
Yeah.
So now I got this car set up where it's somewhat comfortable, but it's not comfortable for a long time. You know, I'm not taking it down to Maryland to the craft shanty because it's not that comfortable. You know,
that's for a good time, not a long time.
Right. So now what I did was I built a car that can go around a corner at 90 miles an hour, no problem, no tire screeching. But what did I give up? I gave up a lot of comfort to get to that.
You always do.
You gave up, and now, you know, like, and a lot of people, they got to think about that because if you was to take a 1970 Chevelle, let's say 1970 Chevelle SS, right? Now, if you were to take that car straight from the factory, right? Now you take those 14-inch polyglass tires off, rims off, and you put some 18s on there, right? That car will handle. That car will handle. Will it handle like my 71? Probably not, but it will handle past any, you know, like as far as any type of driving that you want to do. You could take it and put it right in the autocross because it's all in the wheel. Because like now you got an 18-inch rim. Is over, you know, which is going to take up some space that a tire would have. So you're not going to have that much flex. Then what you can do is you can also every rubber bushing as far as on the sway bars, change that to poly. But keep the rubber on the body. And the rubber isn't going to go anywhere now because these cars, when I look at my 67 Chevelle, I took the rubber bushings off just to look at them. They're still intact. They're a little dry rotted, but they're still intact. And I'm thinking to myself, well, this car, once it's all finished, it's not going to see the salt. It's not going to see the snow. It's not going to see the rain. It's going to be in a garage. So that rubber, if you go and get the regular GM rubber that they put on that thing, it's going to last. It's going to probably outlast the car. So that's the biggest thing. Oh, I want polyurethane because, you know, like I don't want to have to replace the rubber. You put rubber in it, you keep the car inside, chances are you're never going to have to replace that rubber. And you're going to
modern rubber. Modern rubber is way different than the rubber they were installing in the 70s.
You know, the durometer is different in the new rubber. It makes a lot of sense because I did a lot of the things you said, Terry, on my own car. I did use poly body mounts. I don't really see a difference with that, but the suspension bushings make a big difference. They really, you know.
Yeah.
So what do you have in your car, Ray?
I have a combination of stuff. I'm using urethane in the back, upper and lower, Spawn upper arms, and whose lower arms do I have? Oh, Global West lowers. And in the front, I have everything's Global West, and they use I think there's Dell in the control arms, but I haven't had an issue with that at all. You know, and as far as noise, I get no noise, no issues with that. You know, that's fine. I haven't any problems with that. You know, what I would recommend is, you know, whoever you go with, just go with the package. Keep it stay in the family. So if you're going to go Global West, buy this. If you're going to go, with Hotchkiss, buy all the Hotchkiss stuff. I kind of that's why I like.
Agreed 100%.
I did
I
mix.
have a mixed bag. On that Chevelle, I have SPC. I got Hellwig. I got Yumi. I got Chassis Works. I got a whole lot of crap on there, man. And like I said, I'm taking it all off. I want to build a car. People need to build the car towards your limits, because that car, I'm not the guy to drive my car. Like I could drive that car, but I'm not the guy that's going to push that car to the point where it could be pushed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I mean, you put me on autocross, I'll do some good time, but I mean, there's better drivers than me.
We had a guy in the show years ago who wrote this book right here.
That's don't tell me.
How about his first name?
Georgia.
I don't know where the hell he lives.
What's his name?
Mark Savitsky.
Savitsky Classics. Yes, that's it. He's in Pennsylvania.
Is a Bible of A-body suspension. It really is. He really lays it out. I haven't looked at this in a while. I should look at it again. But he really does lay it out with a lot of different. He'll go from mild to wild to show you just like what's out there and what's available. And he covers, he does a nice little write-up on every component to show you what, kind of help you make that decision. And
and if you get him, Dre, if you get that man on the phone, that man will talk your ear off. I mean, it's great. He's just a wealth of knowledge. He really is.
It's like you said, we all go into a build thinking we're going to do one thing, and then we always do something different. We don't do as much of that one thing as we thought we would.
No.
And I love the fact that I can take on and off. I can do cloverleafs like on the Parkway. I'll do a cloverleaf at like stupid speeds, with like making 90-degree turns in an A-body, which, holy crap, how do you do that? What I paid for was in the actual, the ability to take bumps or irregularities in the road. So I'm going to soften up the front of the car. Again, now it's just a matter of, you're going to spend money twice, but it's that dialing in procedure. You just got to get it to where you're comfortable with it.
Yeah, I'm looking at a 69 Le Mans.
You found one.
GTO clone.
Yeah, you found one, huh?
I did find one. A lady, she just told me that she has a car in 2 weeks. I think it needs like a passenger side quarter, and which is not a big deal. And like I said, I'm not even touching it. I got 2 other cars I got to get in front of that, but at least I have it,
Yeah.
And it's definitely going to be a GTO hideaway headlight clone. I got to have it.
You said 79?
A 69.
69. Okay.
And spend the big bucks and go for the electric conversion for the headlights.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah. And they're kind of finicky. I worked on one on a Camaro a couple of years ago. Unless they've made them better now since the last few years, but this one took a lot of fab work. Took a lot of fabrication to make it.
Terry, you remember you were talking? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, we're having some feedback issue. When I had my Chevelle, I went through the same thing you did. A lot of people tend to go right to the top and like, I want this, and this. I did that on previous cars, but when I ordered this kit to what they were saying about the Viking coilers, we did a Viking setup on that car. I liked it because I could create my own rake, but he asked me what I was going to use the car for, and I said it's a street machine that I want to handle good. He goes, it'll handle essentially like an F-body. And that's exactly what I was going with. It rode good, it would corner good, but it wouldn't kill you.
Right.
So that's, but it's funny you talk about that because some of my body bushings, they weren't even there. When we pulled the body off, they were literally gone.
Oh, mine too. I had rusted nubs. I kind of saved them because they looked like still.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and I saved a couple of them because they were just so ugly looking.
I mean, mine were petrified. But to Terry's point, you're right. These cars, now in their lives, they're not daily driven family cars. They're purpose built. They'll see rain occasionally, but you're not going to see the salt, so it's not going to deteriorate rubber.
And plus, that rubber that they got now, I don't even know if it's better than the rubber that they had back then.
It is. It definitely is. Yeah. A lot has changed.
But you know what my dream car is? Dream car is to do like a 1970 Torino and put an LS in that thing with a 6-speed.
You just
Brian.
roll.
I'm sorry, Brian.
Brian's awake.
Yeah, you woke him
Oh
up.
no, I'm awake.
You've been watching too much Fast and Furious, like that one character that had the green Torino.
Oh, but I do like Torinos. I do like Torinos. That if I let me tell you something, Brian. If I was a Ford guy, Torino would be my car.
I never see Torinos anyway.
Yeah, you don't see as many of them as you used to. That's for sure.
No.
No.
One of my buddies has one. It's in bad shape. His dad, left it to him. But once he gets into it, it's gonna be a pretty nice car.
The Torinos, they even had the El Camino like Torino, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
the Ranchero? Is that what that was?
Yep.
Yeah. It's called the El Torino.
Ren Trail. What's it called?
I never liked working on that Ford front suspension. That was always
So,
I don't know.
so Brian, do you call on any shops in Northern Virginia?
I don't go that far out.
The reason why I was asking, because you were talking about you're a Ford guy. I was dropping my truck off the other day at my buddy's shop, and there's a place called Performance, and I just struck up a conversation with the guy. So we go and we're looking. He's got a 4-door Falcon that they just did a 2.3 liter EcoSwap. I mean, what's the Ford? The 2.3 EcoBoost. You'd never see this car coming. It's just wild. So it's got the 2.3 and a 4-door Falcon. He goes, you'll never see it coming.
Wow.
That's cool.
Kind of a neat car. I mean, he goes, you don't.
Guys are. Yeah, a lot of guys are starting to use EcoBoost, wanting to use that. So,
But you think about it, man.
On a couple of. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say, you think about it. The SVO back in the '80s, Ford tried it before. So with the SVO cars.
Oh yeah, the Ford, yeah. No, that's true. They try it, and it was. I guess there wasn't enough of it, or it was just too far out. But I don't know. A lot of guys I have on a couple Mustang forums. They're talking about putting the into 56s and so forth. Like, I guess it's easier today. You don't have to make some shit.
Yeah.
Come on, Brian.
I guess
come on over to the right side.
Come on brackets for you. Ford will.
Well,
come over.
Like we were talking about.
Side.
Come on, now it's going to get you. Come on, stop trying to fight it.
Barry, I disagree, man. There's certain cars you don't put certain engines in.
That's false.
Like a Gran Torino, I wouldn't do. I know. I just wouldn't put an LS in a Torino. I'd have to have no. I'd put a Coyote in one. I'd put the Coyote in it.
I'd be towing the Gran Torino home and keeping it in the same trip.
I'm an LS guy. I just think it's
And I might try to put a 12 bolt back there.
I got a 12 volt with 410s and a
what is wrong?
A locker.
What is wrong with you? Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that, Brian. I would keep it a 9. I would keep it a 9.
Tyler, what'd you say you got?
Oh, I said I got a 12 bolt rear end with 410s and a locker in it.
Don't make me come up there.
Tyler, you still need that transaxle?
Oh, from your Trailblazer? Yeah, I could definitely use it.
We'll talk, man. I know. Sorry. What's up, Tyler? Man, what's happening, bro?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Oh man, I gotta. You know what? Hold on. I'm on my laptop anyway, so.
Oh yeah, show him your garage, man. He got a sweet garage, bro.
It's a little bit it's a little bit messy right now.
Oh, look at
but
that,
this is the battle center, I guess.
Wow. I'm on the SS. Oh man.
Yeah.
You gotta clean it up.
Original GTX. That's a MGA over there on the other side.
Yeah.
I got all kinds of stuff in here.
I say, is that a Grand Prix GTX?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, here, this is that was last time I was on the air with you guys. I was at Ray's shop at
Right.
the Sun Garage, but this is my shop here. So this is
all right.
that's my wire tucked engine bay. I got
I see that Monty back there.
yeah.
What, 84, 85?
I think that one's an 84. That belongs to one of the local car club members.
I always love that up there. I
But
love
yeah, so you can actually there's my banner for the Bandit jump.
I remember that.
But out in the truck, I have an LQ4 that's going to be going in a
Torino?
not a Torino. No,
Not a Torino.
let's see if. Oh well, you're not going to be able to see much.
No, you got a nice environment out there. Oh, snow.
That guy under the snow pile is a 76 Sunbird. And in that 76 Sunbird, I really want to do a 6.0 with a Trailblazer all-wheel drivetrain under it.
Oh God.
So I
You
need
make
to
it happen.
yeah, and then that Grand Prix there on the chassis table, that's going to be a big tire drag car.
What year is that Grand Prix?
That one's a 98.
98.
Terry,
Yep.
he has like 12 of them around the shop.
17.
But who's counting?
Yeah, he comes.
Well,
Jeez.
y'all guys are next to each other. Y'all guys aren't too far from each other, right?
Yeah, we're in the same neighborhood.
Well, when I come up there, we got to hang out.
Yeah.
Well,
most
hell
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get you up here.
No, yeah, it may happen sooner than you think.
Hey, that's great.
I'm waiting on my 6.0 to come through, so
We got put it this way. I got the cam already. I already got the cam ready for you, man.
yeah.
I'm ready to just slap it right up in there. It would be like, when they pulling off the truck, I'm putting it in there, and when it's already, on the jack stand and what it was an engine stand, it's already done.
Sweet.
I'm ready.
What I'm thinking is we could do some filming at Tyler's. Go over there and do some stuff.
Hell yeah. Oh, actually,
I got my camera crew.
I've been talking about launching my YouTube channel for like a year and a half now.
Yeah.
Well, I just signed up for some not royalty free, but I paid some royalty for music stuff and all that. So
Good.
hopefully have some episodes airing in January.
Okay, that's what's up.
Let me know if you need any help or anything like that. Anything I can do.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Lewis, is Tyler your Pontiac guy? You were talking about
Yeah.
a guy had.
Yep.
Yeah. Tyler, would you happen to have any Bonneville seats?
What year, Bonneville?
I think it's late 90s, 2000, right around 2000.
I have 3 Bonneville GXP parts cars right now, so they're like 2004, 2005. They had the North Star in them.
That might be too new. No, there's one of the big things for the B-body cars is the Bonneville seats from around the same era. And I just want to do something to the wagon where take out the cloth bench with your junk and just put in something nice, but I can't find anything reasonably priced.
Most of your late 90s, early 2000s GM seats, the seat track attaches to the seat the same way with 4 bolts in a flat plane in the corners. So, I mean, for the most part, they all interchange.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and if you remember, even back in the day, that was not a cheap mod to do. That was expensive, even back when those seats were plentiful. Everybody knew what they had. So
they're asking the same price, but now the seats are totally ripped. And it's like, really? So I got to spend this much money for this, and then this much money to get them restored. I'm like, oh, really?
That's right.
Which is why I started looking aftermarket.
Ray, you would notice how much would a set of, let's say, 67 Chevelle seats go for? Buckets, front and back, a whole set.
I have seen just the bucket seats that need vinyl and foam going for like $1,200.
Are you serious?
Easy.
I have a set that I'm not using my 67 seats.
Right.
And they're buckets. They're gold. They don't have that plastic piece in the back. You know how they had the plastic piece in the back?
That's available.
That's missing. But they're in really good shape. in the backs too. I'm doing a G8 swap in my car.
You know, maybe I should talk to you because the seats that I was trying to put together for my car never came together, and I'm not keeping the 65 seats because they don't have a locking back, and that's. You get your fat buddy behind you. You hit the brakes, and he plants you into the steering column.
You don't put your fat buddy in
Mine's
the back.
locked. Mine's locked. Now I think about it. Yeah, mine's locked.
Yeah,
Wait,
66 started the seat back box.
Yours locked, Terry?
I think mine's do lock. Yeah.
I don't recall mine locking on my 66, but my car was such a Frankenstein. But I tell you, man, guys, one guy wanted to trade me a set of those. I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago. What's the seat brand that really nice? They make buckets for the not UMI.
TMI.
TI.
Yeah. A guy wanted to trade me a set of those, almost even up for my seats, and I'm like, okay. I ended up getting rid of the car, but I mean, yeah.
Actually, yeah, the aftermarket seats, the base wide buckets are about $900 a pair.
That's cheap.
I know. I was just looking at them last week on because I'm trying to figure out what to do for my car.
Man.
So, yeah. I mean, they go.
You know what? I think mine's do lock. You know why mine's locks? Because it has that little chrome piece on the side that you got to move up.
Oh yeah, on the side. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Right.
So if it didn't have that, there would be no need for that if it was just going back and forth.
Some of the
Started it, yeah.
What are the seats that have it on the top? They lock at the top. You have to hit the thing and then push forward.
There's a button in the back, like right under the back of the seat. There was a
Yeah, it's in the middle, kind of.
square chrome button.
Yeah.
The other thing that's crazy is original factory seat belts. You know, I mean, about 2 years ago, I laid out on the hood of my car. I laid out all these seat belts. I said to my wife, "Come here, look at this." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "Look what I got here." She's like, "Yeah, looks like a lot of seat belts." I'm like, "No, you're looking at like $2,000 worth of seat belts." She goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Factory seat belts go for huge money, especially if they have the date tag on them."
Wow.
Which all the ones that I scavenged have. Again, they go, for a set of 4, guys are asking like $600, $700.
Are you serious? I got a whole bucket full of them crap.
And if you have oddball colors, like if you have red or gold or green,
I got green.
it's even more. Because,
Sit on a gold mine you didn't even know, Terry.
I gotta liquidate.
Yeah, put that stuff on Fleetway, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I need a smart one. That's what I need.
You gotta finance that Torino project.
Exactly. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Torino's probably going to be the cheapest part of the project. Getting the car. It's a Ford.
Oh, ouch!
Oh, I feel so bad now. I take that one back. Bad Terry. I'm sorry.
There's a built LS7 for sale right up the road from me.
Why you got to go there, man?
Terry, I'm going to trade you like a bunch of my 56 Chevy parts. We'll make a deal on your seats.
I tell you what, that Nomad, I want a Nomad.
I got one.
I know you do.
It's inhabited right now, though.
Yeah, I heard. I saw the raccoon or whatever that
Oh,
animal.
he's out. He's gone. But there's a cat. I have a cat that lives back there. I mean, I built a whole chalet back there with a heated pad and all. I mean, it's a nice dig.
Nice home.
Cat's got it good.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll take the Nomad. I'll even keep the cat.
The cat's gonna stay. She's not going anywhere.
I'll keep the cat. Cat got all. Got a room here. Everything. I love animals.
Yeah, me too.
But I tell you what, that Yumi stuff, it's good stuff. But the only thing is that the seats are cheap, but the door panels are expensive. Because they make these really nice ones that I want for my 71 Chevelle. Just stand out a little, and they're like, I think $900 for the front for the doors, $1,200 for the doors, and like $900 for the back panel.
That's because we're using molded panels already, the molded plastic. It's not the flat ones like in the early A bodies.
Well, I mean, Terry, did you do any interior restoration on like that 67, for example?
No, what I'm doing with the 67, I already have it lined up. One of my buddies, Gillian, upstate, maybe about a half hour away. He does interiors. He does some really high end. I was going to send it down to Stitch, but this guy, he's up here. What we're going to do with the 67 is we're going to take away that dash pad. The dash pad, and we're going to make that whole thing as one, and we're going to wrap it in some type of fake leather or whatever it is, where it's just one. and I'm going to give him my panels, the center console, and the G8 seats. And he's going to give him the car. He's just going to do something really nice with the whole dash, make it look old, but updated. Because I like the whole dashboard. When you have a 66 dashboard with all the chrome pieces there and everything.
I had it. I switched out all the gauges, but what I was going to say was I picked up some stuff from like what is it, SS396, I think it is.
Yeah, grounded.
Some of the parts just were junk. I mean, but if you got a guy who can make this stuff for you, I would remake everything. I wouldn't even cut a corner.
No, we're not. We're gonna do it right. And like I said, I'm gonna get the chrome bezels. Matter of fact, Ray Ripple, she has a CNC machine. She says what she'll do is, like on the right above the glove compartment, it has that triangular shape type of bezel that bolts into the stereo. It's about like long.
Yeah.
And it says Malibu or SS.
Well, that's the delete plate. Good luck finding one. You can't.
No,
find one.
I got one.
The fact that you have one is
And so what she's going to do is she says that what she can do is, because I want something different. She says that she'll make like a little insert out of CNC saying something about, built by Coverman 66 with my logo in there. Yeah. Something different, and just instead of Malibu or,
Yeah, it's a custom car. That's cool.
Yeah. So I was like, that might be pretty nice. I'm going to send her that piece. And she said she can. You want me to remake the whole piece? I said no, just an insert will be fine.
Oh, that's cool.
That's going to be nice. So I want to. Yeah, I'm just gathering up all the parts right now. I'm getting my. I got a tilt wheel. I found a tilt wheel for 67 Chevelle, and mine was a column shift. So this is a 4-speed. So I was just like, send it on over. So I'm just gathering up all the parts. And once I get that rotisserie, so I can do the bottom of the car, then I can put the car back together.
Well, Terry, if you find anybody who's also looking for one of them, I have one out of a 65 pounds. It's also a column shift, but it's a tilt. And it's got all the stuff in it. It's got the neutral safety switch. It's got the correct directional cancel, the steering wheel is different on a tilt wheel in a Pontiac than on a non-tilt wheel. And I got a factory steering wheel with it. So this thing is complete from rag joint to steering wheel.
Wow.
You could probably get money for that, right?
Yeah.
And I was going to put it in my car. Again, I was going to have to cut the nub off and make sheets. And then I didn't. So it's sitting in a room next to me.
I got a question. Has anybody ever seen a Cadillac that didn't have tilt?
No, but also
I never did.
Mine does. No tilt.
I have seen caddies mostly had tilt and AC, but
I've never seen one without tilt. And mine, I jumped in there, man. My stomach was all stuck on the steering wheel. I was like, what the heck is going on?
Well, you wonder, maybe at some point in that car's life, something happened and they swapped in a cheap one to get it back on the road.
Yeah, maybe. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with all the caddies like in the junkyards, there's always parts. I heard this story years ago that if you wanted a caddy without AC, even back in the 60s, they would wanted full payment up front because they knew if you didn't take it, they weren't going to be able to sell it.
Right.
You wanted a caddy without a what?
AC.
Air conditioning.
Wow.
But some people did.
Yeah, they probably lived in Maine or either
it's rare.
Alaska or something.
Yeah, it's rare, but you do come across them.
Yeah. Well, that's like the people that didn't want to switch over to microwaves.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't using that thing.
Look how many people wouldn't pay for disc brakes. They wouldn't pony up for disc brakes because they felt, well, we don't need that. Those European brakes.
Was that $130 option?
Yeah. Exactly. Kelsey Hayes 4-piston calipers back in 1967.
It was horrible.
What year is your Cadillac?
77.
77. You still looking for a model?
Do what?
You still looking for a model of that car?
Yeah. Somebody just sent me one on Facebook, but I can't find it. It disappeared. I don't know what happened to it.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna contact my hobby guy. Next day or two, I'll ask him to look for one because he's got a ton of models.
Okay, 77 to 79.
77 to 79 Caddy. I'll ask him.
See if he's got an FJ Cruiser model, Jim. I'm looking for one of them too.
What's that?
See if he's got an FJ Cruiser model.
I'll ask.
There's some. I've seen there's some Tyco stuff. There was some RC cars, some FJ.
Yeah, there is an FJ Cruiser RC. I think.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff on YouTube, but it's all out of China, and they're saying, "Why is it still so expensive?" I'm not going to get involved with overseas crap. I'm not going to. But
Yep.
You looking for like a die-cast model or like a plastic build model?
Either one.
Both, whatever.
Because there's a guy here in my town. He's huge into modeling and does cars all the time. His name is Diz Dean, and he actually did he did photography for Poncho magazine for years and years.
Really?
Yeah. So you it's possible you've seen some of his work before.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I forgot about him. I did. He might be able to find a Cadillac. I didn't even
Oh
think
yeah,
of that.
yeah. That's what made me think of it, because as soon as you said you were looking for a model, I was like, model and Diz Dean are like synonymous in my brain.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. He just lives a couple miles from me. Actually, the gym he goes to in the summer, he rides this hardtail chopper to the gym.
It's hardtail chopper too.
Nice.
Old school. No turn signals. No speedometer. Nothing.
It's a beast.
You going to jockey shift on it?
Yep. And he rides it to his gym right up the road, basically around the corner from my shop. So like once a week, he'll just swing in on his way home from the gym and hold it for a little while.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, good dude.
Well, that's the other project I got on the back burner. It just moved back another burner. It isn't my hardtail chopper. But
Yeah.
no jockey shift with a mousetrap, though. I'm going to keep those traditional clutch, I think.
Yeah, he's got one of his cars is it's a one owner. He's the original owner. 74 GTO with a 455.
It's clean too.
74 GTO?
74.
It looks like a Nova, but it's a GTO.
Same body as the Nova.
Oh, it's got the thing. It's got the little hood shaker thing. Yeah.
Yep.
I tell you what, I remember seeing one of those, and I was like, "That is not real." That's a Toro with a Trans Am thing sticking up out of it. It's not happening, you know.
What's real?
1 year.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like a very rare car as far as like worth a lot of money.
It's rare because of the numbers, but because of the likability, it's still low on the list. Like even though guys know it's rare, they don't want it.
So it's a 74 with a 455. What did it make? Like 250 horsepower?
Yeah.
No, it's just you hear the number and you're like, oh, it's just sacrilege when those big motors, they just choked them.
I'll tell you, what's ultra rare on that car is they made a camping conversion for it because it was a rear hatch.
Yep.
The hatch would open and there was a tent.
I remember that.
That's rare.
So it's like
I think he has a picture of that.
Yeah.
That he shows at the shows of that tent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Could be.
I got a question real quick. Who here thinks the Ventura is a better looking car than the Nova?
The who?
The Ventura.
Yeah.
You know, I'll say yes because I like the grill better. I like the Pontiac nose better than the Nova. Yeah.
Pontiac is master race anyway.
Yeah. Well, yes, I agree.
Now, hold on. Now I'm thinking about it. In 74, no, hold on, 73. 73 was that first body style for the Ventura, the bigger one, right?
73 with the colonnade bodies.
Right. Okay, now a 73, 74 Ventura, did they have like the Trans Am, or should I say the Firebird taillights?
It kind of looked like a Firebird or a 66 GTO taillight, depending how you want to look at it.
Right. Now, back in 70s,
Very nice.
the Ventura looked like just a elongated Nova light.
Right.
Taillight.
I remember that.
Right.
Okay, so they finally got it right in 73. Okay, because I never understood why they didn't do that back in 70, in 68. Or when did the Ventura first come out? The Ventura first came out what year?
I'm not sure.
Had been 69, maybe 70?
I think 70.
I'm thinking it was 70. It may have came out with the Monte Carlo because the Monte Carlo came out in 70 as well.
70, yes.
So,
but the Ventura,
70
remember, used to be a
71.
big car.
Yeah, Ventura used to be huge.
It used to be because a buddy of mine, I think it was like 1977. He says, I gotta go look at a car. We may have to drive it home. Bring a license plate. Okay. Like, what are you buying? Buying a Ventura. So I'm picturing, a big full-size Ventura. And we get there and it was the Nova style one. I'm like, what? What the hell's this? I didn't even know it existed. And then he didn't buy it anyway.
Like the 60s, 65, the Ventura was like It was a big car.
Catalina, same size as Catalina.
Catalina, Parisian. What's the other one? Bonneville.
Oh,
Which, by the way, 66 Bonneville is one of my bucket list cars. I got to get that car.
66
Yeah.
That's cool.
I almost had a convertible.
Yeah.
Listen, I almost had a convertible, man.
No convertible.
Yeah, but
You'll
man,
like this, Barry.
it was a hot car.
It
I
is a
got
nice car. It is a nice car.
an 81 Bonneville on 24-inch gold spokes for a 6-liter LS swap.
Jeez.
That's nice.
Sacrilege.
Not with those wheels.
Yeah, right. Well, it's got the 4.3 liter Pontiac V8 in it now.
Ooh,
What size wheels?
24.
24.
Yeah, I'm trying to go small. I need some 15s.
Did he? Talk to Sam Rivera.
Do what?
Talk to Sam Rivera. He's got that Cadillac on hydraulics. I bet he could find you some.
Yeah. I had to stay small. I got to go to 15s though because I want to put bigger brakes on it.
So you were thinking about the 13s, weren't you?
Yeah, I was thinking 13s, but once I put that 6.0 in it, I ain't gonna be able to stop.
You're not gonna want to stop.
I'm just sitting here thinking about all the Pontiac stuff you guys are talking about, and for some reason, the Pontiac Aztec popped up in my head.
Yeah.
And how far they fell.
Yeah.
Tyler has one in the back.
Yeah, I got an all-wheel drive Aztec. I'm gonna put a 3800 V6 into and supercharge it.
Does it have the camp? Does it have the swing out thing in the back?
Unfortunately, not. If you see one, let me know.
Oh, okay. Crazy looking.
That was a weird looking thing. I'm looking at it now.
Very angular.
You gotta remember that came out in the era of strange things, like the Avalanche, the Chevy Avalanche came out.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. The Envoy XUV or whatever with like the retractable back roof.
And I gotta tell you, Tyler, you're right, because
That was an ugly truck.
Man,
the shop I work
too
at,
long.
he owns an Avalanche and an Aztec. He owns one of each, and he loves them both. He won't get rid of either one.
Yep.
You gotta appreciate it. I mean, I like the 82 Le Mans, tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I always liked that car. I like that better than the Chevrolet. What was the corporate twin? The Malibu.
The big.
I always thought the Le Mans, if even the dashboard, I mean, you look at it, that was the excitement. That was that Pontiac excitement they used to talk about. You ever jump in an IROC, right? You're like, this is a nice. My buddy had an IROC. All right, this is nice. Yeah, this is cool. I got a Trans Am, 85 Trans Am. I'm like, there's excitement here. You got
Nice car.
Yep.
Pontiac
is always outshone every other branch.
Yeah.
In sister models.
Right.
I don't know. My IROC was pretty hot.
No, IROC is don't. I'm not sleeping on the IROC. IROC is really nice. I love the IROC.
Did you really even drive the IROC if you didn't have a mullet, though?
I didn't have a mullet. I had an afro.
Hold on a second. I'm going to have a picture of me when I had my Trans Am.
Lewis, was it a 305 automatic or the 350?
350.
Okay, sorry. It's okay.
He had an IROC. See, I had a Trans Am. I had the 305.
What about the turbo Trans Am? Remember that one?
Oh, God.
301.
Those people are working now.
I know.
I had a TA too. I had a GTO or GTA. Wait, GTA.
GTA. That was a
That's a nice car.
Cool.
I wanted the GTA in the baddest way, and they did not come with sticks. You couldn't get them in stick.
I remember those.
I would do one now. I would definitely get a TA. I mean, that's one car that those cars were nasty back in the day.
Yeah, but you about just said LS. It about came out. I saw it.
Oh, 100% I would throw it in there. I take out that 240. At around 5,000 RPM, it's like, I got no more.
And the LS is just getting ready.
LS is just revving up. It's just like, yo, what's wrong with your two porch friend over here, Terry?
From a restoration standpoint, the biggest problem is how those interiors would just get beat to death, and now they've got more years on them. I mean, you're looking at a total gut job, which it gets expensive.
Yeah.
I have a buddy who just picked up an IROC. He says he's going to leave it completely stock. He's redoing it, like you said, the interior. It's like right here because you know what happened. You drop into that car, so the corner of the chair always kind of separate.
Because you slide down the back as you get in.
Yeah.
Because they're low.
You sit. It's the only car that I've ever sat in where I feel like I would sit higher if I sat on the road.
I think if you're any more than like 5'9" and 160 pounds, you're going to beat to death. You're going to beat that seat up. Your feet are going to beat up the console and the kick panel. Just bigger guys just hell with those cars.
Yeah, I was pretty tight in mine.
Yeah, I was look at Lewis. I know I'm 6'2" and I'm 6'3". I'm just like I was like it was a struggle. I was younger, so it wasn't that much of a struggle. But now.
Yeah.
I'd be like, why'd I buy this car?
Well, you get in my C6 and then you get my neighbor's C4. C4 feels like you got to step over the bot to get in, and whereas the C5 you just feel better. The C5 feels so much better than the C4. The C6 is just like a little more comfortable, but the C4 you had to step down into it. It felt like you were stepping into a sunken living room or something back in the 70s.
Yeah, it's like a conversation circle from the 70s. Yeah, you sit in the C4, and if the door is open, the door sill is like even with the top of your seat.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so random because the C5 is actually lower. It's just the way they made it. You park a C5 and a C6 side by side. C5 is 2 inches lower. The roof line of the fixed roof. It's amazing how much different it is.
Yep.
I had a 40th anniversary, 93.
That's what my neighbor's got. He's got the burgundy one. It's sitting across the street. It's for sale.
Mine was plum purple.
Maybe that. Oh, it's like that burgundy wine color.
Yeah,
it's like that dark. It's like that dark purple. It's like almost like I know what you're talking about. There was one that was like
93.
Purple. There was one that was like burgundy, like really a nice burgundy.
Yeah, my neighbor's is burgundy.
That was the color my Caprice wagon was.
Okay.
Yeah, I forget the. It was only the Corvette and the wagon, believe it or not, that came in that color.
Yeah.
Pretty car.
Amethyst, I think they called it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice color. I liked it.
It was a dog, though, man.
Oh,
I couldn't get out of my own way with that thing.
Yeah, Brian, you'll like this. They have a Mustang now. His wife does, and it's a lot faster, so they're selling the Corvette.
Yeah, it was a dog. From the late,
I never drove one of those.
Late 80s into the 90s, Corvette, man, just went downhill.
Yeah.
And 95, the ZR1 obviously was a different animal.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, all through the 80s, the big three were struggling with emissions and mile per gallon.
Yeah.
It was a severe battle.
Yep.
Well, you had a few different. My buddy Larry just got a low mileage Grand National, and he's talking all kind of smack. So I told him the LS we'll see.
One of our guys in the car club has one. It's all original.
Oh, they're beautiful cars.
Tyler? What does it got? 35,000 miles on it?
Wow.
Oh, I don't even know if it has that many. He bought it as an investment.
Yeah, it's there, and it has all the documents. I mean, the guy bought it.
He's the second owner, and
that's what Larry says. Yeah.
Yeah. Drives it like twice a year in the summer on the sunniest of days.
Nah.
It's nice.
I was telling these gentlemen I think it was last week. I have a buddy who has a Grand National, 87, I think it is. Last year, I don't know what year it is.
That's the best year.
Yeah, and he bought it straight out of college. That was he got a job out of college, and he went and got this car, and he drove it for a while. But I mean, I don't think that car has more than 50,000 miles on it.
Wow.
And he wants to hold it for his son, but his son don't want no part of it. And he wants to do something with it, but I think once he realizes this isn't like how it used to be, because like I was telling them, like he's going to jump in that car and he's got to remember that okay, now you're coming from like an Audi. He drives like an Audi, and you're gonna jump in this car, and you're gonna be like, it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same like when this was your main car, and you have the Audi, and what you had probably was lesser than what you got when you got that Grand National. So now that car is the king. But now you're used to driving this car with all these amenities and everything like that. And you get in that car, and you're gonna be like, Terry, come pick the car up.
Well, what year was the Grand National the fastest North American production car?
I think it was that 87.
Was it 87?
I think it was 87. I know there's some factory freaks in 87.
Listen, you guys got to watch the video on Black Air.
Yeah.
It's all about the Grand National, the whole history. It's pretty sweet.
What's the guy's name?
Black Air.
Is it on Netflix?
It might be.
I'm gonna check that out.
Well, there's the one guy. What's his name? Richard Clark, who's got he's got all these Grand. I think it's in North Carolina. He's got a whole graveyard of Grand National. He's probably
I think they videoed there. They videoed some of him there.
Yeah, he's got some really cool stuff. And no, but if you want to see a Grand National, look up Chris Chow, Terry. Look him up on. Trust me, you'll appreciate it. He's got 2 twin turbos sticking up out of the hood out of a V8. Firing out of the side of the fenders. Oh, it's sacrilege for Grand National. What made
as nice as the Grand National was, I gotta jump. I gotta go with the Monty SS. I thought that was the sweetest looking ride.
It was cool looking, but not faster. Not even close.
Oh no. We're talking about if I have either one of them, I'm taking the. It really doesn't matter with a 6-speed. But I just thought the Monty was just a better looking. I mean, the Grand National is a sinister looking car. Don't get me wrong, but I think that Monte Carlo with that misty blue color that they had with the SS on the stripe.
Yeah.
I thought that was it for me. And I tried to get one, but they were just like, it's money for insurance.
When you get one of them, then you buy this book.
No,
It's for the G bodies.
I knew you were going to give me one as soon as you got up, Ray. I was like, Ray's going to get something.
Right there staring at me all the time.
I mean, a lot of guys like the Aero Coupes of the. I just can't. I can't know. I can't do it.
It's horrible. That was horrible.
If you're going to go for an Aero Coupe, at least do the Pontiac 2+2, where it was actually designed in a wind tunnel for aerodynamics.
Right.
Ugly as sin, but cool.
And it had a pretty front end. That front end on that Grand Prix was nice.
It was different. Yeah.
I just watched the episode of Tom Cotter's Barn Finds last night. He was down at a gentleman's place. I mean, this guy had more cars on his property than you want to know about. And he had the Chevy and the Pontiac Aero Coupes. He had one of each. So I'm like, oh, Jesus.
What I remember from the 80s is when I think of the Monte Carlo, I think of Dale Earnhardt when they ran those cars just looked so damn cool. I mean, just the race cars.
Yeah.
And you're right, Terry. That's the G body, man. Just a pass. But again, you get into an S4 Audi or an S6, and then you get in that, you're like, oh my, am I driving the Titanic?
Yeah.
And like I said, Sterling, he's a really sharp guy. He's always dressed up, and he likes nice cars, but I'm like, you're gonna have to put some serious money into this car. You're gonna, to get it to the condition, and then even when you get to that condition, it's not gonna drive like your Audi.
The Buick is 33 years old?
Yeah,
87. Yeah, but like I said,
there's your problem.
Well, I think what he's gonna be thinking is like, oh, this is great. They go back to when I was in college and everything like that. Well, after college and everything.
Right.
But I think what's gonna happen is reality's going to hit him, and he's going to be like, all right, Sammy, just come get this car, please.
Well, you don't think of my one buddy. So perfect example, my buddy went from, he had a Viper and then he had a GTR. The GTR, you literally can drink a cup of coffee. You can click off the gears and go 140 miles an hour. The car does everything for you.
That GTR ain't no joke, man.
Oh, I know. I mean, yeah, my buddy's got one for sale. If you know, his makes 800 and some to the tire. He's asking like 70 some. But what I'm saying is, you click 3 times, you're at 130 miles an hour. But Grand National, can you get it to do that? Yeah, but you're going to be holding on for dear life and probably looking at the sky.
That car ain't designed for that.
You're going to be shuffling. Shuffle. Yeah.
Now, it's funny you said that. One of my friends had a GTR, and he sold that and got a got a Viper. You got the new
Well,
Viper.
Well, I mean, I was an example of that. I went from a Corvette that was really nice, making 500 and something. I went to the Chevelle, loved the car, cool. But man, something about that Corvette, you just get back in, push a button, and it'll run 11 seconds off the showroom floor, you know. But to your point, Terry, it's hard to go back. So I would have to, if I had your 67, it would be a full resto mod with all modern.
No, you got to do it that way, and that's the reason why I do that. Because, like I said, I drive my '69 Camaro. It's well and cool, but then, I got a 2015 ZL1. That's, I mean, and then you go back to that '69 Camaro. I mean, it's close because LS with a 6-speed. I mean, you got the amenities, but this one got traction control. It's got like racing. You could do a quarter mile times and all that. It's got all kinds of stuff that heads up display and everything. I'm like, this is beautiful.
One thing about the 69 versus the 2015, you can actually see out of the 69. You can't see shit out of that 2015.
Now, slow down. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
You don't need to look out the back.
You can't even see out of the windows. They're like that big.
Yeah.
You can't even rest your arm on the window because you got.
That's a top style, though. You gotta get, not many people can handle that. It's a child.
You can't tell if it's a little kid driving or an adult.
Exactly.
See his eyes.
Yeah.
Stop making fun of my car.
I love the cars. They're beautiful. They're just horrible sight lines.
I'm not going to sit here and let you talk about my car like that.
Got an elephant, so we're fine.
Look at Brian. Now he's smiling.
Well, Brian, I want to know how your balls doing this week. Have they been thoroughly busted, or are they still in good shape?
It's on. It should take off. Hopefully, unfortunately, it was a bad day.
Why is that?
The alternator went up in the tool truck today.
Oh God, that sucks.
So you had the.
Why is that?
You had the wrenches to replace it, just not the
alternator. Road by next week. Yeah.
Next week. How long is it take?
You got no parts. Nobody had any. $7.
Oh shit!
Whoa! Shit! Get some parts. I'll rebuild it for you.
Hey guys, this game for me. I'm gonna bail.
The F-350.
Yeah, I gotta jump too, guys.
Take care, man.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
We did find some
brand new. I just put that in.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump too, but we won't be on next week because it's Christmas Eve.
Ah,
right. We did find something out, Lewis, that when you sign off, the show ends.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. So that means we're all done.
Wait, there's a way that I can make you the moderator, but I got to do it. I got to do it when I first let you in, and I didn't do it. So,
all right. We're back next time.
Next time, Ray, you got homework.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Terry, when are you thinking of making that Ohio trip?
Probably after
my motor gets done.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the New Year's. And hey, what's it called? I'm trying to think real quick.
As you're thinking, we were talking Monster Garage. What was the first thing you would ask me to send you? There was something,
right?
Yeah, there was something you asked me to send you. You said, text me the information. I said, yeah.
Oh,
I didn't write it down.
Damn it.
The name, the spelling of
yeah,
clamps. Got it.
Boiker clamps, yeah.
Got it.
Racetronics sells them. If you just go to Racetronics website for all their fuel lines and stuff, they sell them up to up to 2 inches. And then don't buy the high priced crimpers for them. If you don't have a set, NineTech sells a pair of crimpers.
I think you can even get a set off of the KD board. I think my first set was from KD. It's the same thing you use on a CV joint boot. If you have boot clamp, that's exactly what they are.
Cool.
Yeah, even if you have a set of the flush cut, the end style flush cut pliers,
right?
You just take the sharp point off the blade, and they'll crimp it.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, okay, Terry, I'll send that out to you.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, we'll talk. Give me a call.
All right, guys.
We'll do.
All right, fellas. Everybody have a
give me a call.
Yeah.
Jason, give me a call too if you want.
Hey, everybody have a good Christmas, and I wear a 2X, and I'm not prejudiced on any color. So,
right,
yeah.
I got not wear 2X, man. Come on.
Oh my god.
Oh my man, got new hats. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Hey.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy. I got hats. I got shirts. The whole 9 yards.
All right, I'm gonna swing by and grab one.
Sweet.
All right, fellas. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right, Lewis.
All right.
Take care, everyone in the room. Take care.
Have a good Christmas, guys.
Take care, gentlemen.
So long. Let's see how long it lasts.
Yeah, I'll hang out a minute. I'm curious.
Yeah, we were hanging out like another hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours in the past.
Yeah, on the old system.
Yeah, and then with this one, it just started dumping us. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
So how come no Cornwell tools on top of your banner?
I actually don't own any Cornwell tools. I got some old proto ratchets here.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing some stuff online with a guy, but yeah, Cornwell was that was like harder than hen's teeth. I mean, the Cornwell truck. I never saw a Cornwell truck. I didn't even know they had one.
Yeah, they may not be popular far and wide like some of the others are. The first time I ever heard of them was actually on Stacy David's show, Trucks.
Right.
Back when he hosted Trucks.
Yeah.
And then he started Gears.
Yeah.
And he always talked about Cornwell tools. And then I found out they're actually made. Their corporate headquarters and their main factory is like an hour and a half from me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right here in Ohio.
I've heard good things about them.
Yeah, I think they're definitely comparable to the other big three.
Brian said he just got dumped. Let me see if he can come back on. Do you have a lot of Cornwell stuff?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I've never worked at a place that had a Cornwell truck show up. And then I was a Snap-on dealer for 3 years. So.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I
was a company-run store for about 9 months, and then I bought a franchise, and I ran that for about 3 years.
Okay. We talk about that, and we just in all different areas of stuff. And it's like even my daughter was asking me about this a while ago. I said, look, there's something called brand loyalty. I said, depending on what brands you've used in the past, and if you use them for a long time, I said, you develop a loyalty. And I said, me, like everybody else, because she was asking me about tools, because she got me a couple Snap-on gift certificates and all. So she goes, well, Dad, why do you do that? And I said, well, because after I had my first tools were whatever I could scrounge, and I started buying Craftsman tools, like everybody else. I said, but then what happened? I had a job, and there was a tool guy that came, and he was we had Snap-on tools in the shop, is what it was. It was a rebuilding shop. And I'll tell you a funny story. This is what happened. I had a Datsun 610 at the time, so I had independent rear suspension. Mm-hmm. And I had just bought myself a set of Craftsman metric and American open-end, combination wrenches.
Yeah.
That weekend, I come home. I said, "Okay, I got to change the U-joints in these half shafts." So I got under the car, and I was pulling on the nut, and it was tight, and I felt the jaw of the wrench spring open on me. And I flashed back to like a couple summers prior when I was putting ladder bars on my GTO, and I was under the car with two Craftsman half-inch drive ratchets. One was pushing, one was pulling, and the one I was pulling on slipped, bang, got me right in the mouth, put my tongue through my tooth. What a mess. So when I felt that wrench spring, I was like, all right, screw this. I got my other car, probably was the GTO, drove back to the shop and borrowed the Snap-on wrenches. Came home and did that job, and the wrenches didn't spring. And I said, "That's it." Monday morning, hey, who wants to buy a set of Craftsman brand new American wrenches? And I just started buying the Snap-on stuff, and
Yep.
I'm still using the tools now that I bought back then, and that was like the late '70s.
Yep. Yeah, I for a lot of stuff, I believe that the Snap-on stuff is just plain old superior.
Yeah.
And when someone tries to tell me it costs too much, I say, compared to what?
Yeah. Well,
all the big name tool truck tools, some of them perform as well, I think, but pricing wise, they're all in the same vicinity.
They are now, yeah. I mean, I tell people, like, yes, they do cost a lot. Now, as far as saying, do they cost too much? That's another discussion. Because do you want your tools to break? I don't break tools. I've had very few things ever break or fail on me because I take care of my stuff. But the fact of the matter is, do you want to have a failure in the middle of a job? Do you want to have to go and replace it? Do you want, and now the way tools have changed with all the different styles. I mean, everything now,